Leicester Fan TV presents.
Good morning, all you Foxes fans. How the devil are you? How's your weekend been so far? Welcome to the original Leicester City Sunday morning football show. You know what day it is? It's Sunday. It's 9:30am. It's time for the famous Foxes Aftermath show, run by us fans in here for you fans out there. And you know what? Your opinion really matters. So get them comments in. Let's get going. It's kick-off time. Come on, you Foxes!
We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning all, I hope you're well, I hope you're good. How's your Sunday morning going? Well, it's day 22 in the King Powerhouse. In that time, Bauer have sacked the manager. 6 minutes later, they got a new manager. Plan. Notts Forest sacked the manager. 12 hours later, new manager. Plan. Spurs sacked the manager. 3 days later, new manager. Plan. Blackburn sacked the manager. 10 days later, new manager. Even on a fucking job share, they've got a new manager, and they won yesterday. Us, 4 defeats later, out of the FA Cup, now in the bottom three with Portsmouth, 2 games in hand above us, no closer to an interim or permanent manager appointed. We're in the shit, lads. I think you can safely say we're in the shit. On that note, on a happier note, we're going to bring Reedy in, who didn't go yesterday. I think he's quite pleased he didn't go. And Mr. Nick Moore. Hello, Nick. How are you, pal? Are you good?
Hello, guys. You all right?
Are you looking forward to talking all things Leicester City and shit housery and everything today, lads?
Yeah.
Like Mark Foster says, no plan. We haven't got a plan at all. We'll start a bit about the game yesterday. I mean, we expected changes, didn't we, Reedy, yesterday? He did make, I think he made 6 changes from the game against Southampton at midweek, which was absolutely awful, wasn't it? I'm not quite sure what happened in midweek. I've seen some football in my time, but nothing like that whatsoever. So were you happy with the team and the FA Cup? Because I'm normally quite happy with the FA Cup, but I lost interest in it, to be honest.
I think there's 2 ways about it. I think the team news we put out, I think it was strong enough to get a result. I'd say that I didn't watch it, to be honest, but I think the team news we put out should have won it. I think there was players in there that probably should start anyway in the league. But unfortunately, mistakes again happen. We give them a free chance to score, which is always for Leicester the same thing. Yes, we get back into the game, but again, you concede stupid goals and it costs you games. And I said at the first half against Southampton in the league that I think if you could just tweak the few things that needs issues taken out of, as in the mistakes and conceding early, you get a good result. And funny enough, we did get a good result in that first half, but then we crumbled like Leicester City do. So yeah, I wasn't looking forward to this game. That's why I didn't go as well, especially after Tuesday night's game. But yeah, I'm the moment I saw them score to go 2-1, I was completely fine with coming out of the cup.
Yeah, Nick, I mean, what's your feelings on yesterday's game before we go on to the main topic?
We've got bigger fish to fry, haven't we? Let's be fair. Do we realistically need a cup run with the position we're in? I don't know, but we need to take one game at a time. I know that's a bit of a cliche, but we do. I don't think they look fit, to be perfectly honest, Jamie, and the whole squad in general, because they're blowing after 45 minutes. So it's hardly surprising, like Tuesday night, where we went 3-0 up and we looked great, that we crumbled the way we did. I don't think they're fit. It's the only thing that makes sense.
So the thing is, though, Nick, we look absolutely fantastic. That was probably one of the best halves of football, again, 45 minutes of football that I've seen in a long time. And we looked up for the fight and the battle. Yeah. But then when Southampton started throwing the kitchen sink at us, it just went out the fucking window, didn't it? Everything just went completely. It was unbelievable.
That's what I say, mate. That's why I think we're not fit. Because, as I say, there's no... When you compare the halves, I know we've been a 45-minute team all season, but when you compare the halves, the first half, they were running, Daka was pressing, everybody was doing their job and above and beyond. Second half, they couldn't do it. It's like the energy was sucked from them at half time, and they just couldn't run. And it was just like damage control. And it was too little, too late after the second. As soon as Southampton got that first goal back on Tuesday, you knew something was going to happen. You could just feel it. So
As soon as they scored that first goal, I knew that was it. The arses had gone, squeaky bum time, and we fucked it up completely. Reedy, we'll just talk about Tuesday night because I think that has a big bearing on today's game. It showed that Southampton are concentrating. Well, we thought concentrating on it because they made 10 changes from the game on Tuesday night compared to us that only made the 6. I mean, how much of a kick in the teeth was that game on Tuesday night for us? Did you see the winning goal go in, or had you gone?
I left the moment that winning goal went in. Again, like I said, a few tweaks. I thought we'll just change it. We were 3-0 at half time. I thought, you know what a performance. I even called Phil. This is me admitting it. I've called Phil twice, and I wanted to say to him, I bet you wish you came to this game, didn't you? He didn't answer. 45 minutes later, he called me back saying, oh, yeah, I didn't want to go to that game. So, it was horrible to be here. It was embarrassing. I got the train back, and I was speaking to a few people that I've never spoke to before who were less fans, and I said to them, what was your take? Because I always, in every goal we concede, I always try and, not point out the person who made the mistake, but kind of work out what happened to concede that goal. And I couldn't think overall in all 4 goals, there were just 4 good taken goals. And I was wondering, there's got to be somewhere that we messed up or didn't defend well. And apparently Luke Thomas did something twice in 2 of the goals. I'm not going to say he did because I didn't actually see it. But, yeah, it's just the way it happened. Again, this 81st minute, we were still 3-1 up. We brought Lascelles on, and you thought, brilliant. What a decision to do to keep out the game. And then just unbelievable. You can't see 3 goals in 10 minutes just over 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. And I think the only person I can blame for that, realistically, in the way it was done, was Andy King, because he brought on all the defending players, and then by the time it got to 3-all, all we had up top was basically another defender. So
the thing is, though, Reader, I'm going to pull you up on something there, bud. Put your manager hat on, right? You've conceded the way you are, right? And you're 3-0 up. Wouldn't your manager intuition say, right, get more defenders on, defend?
No, I completely agree.
Do you know what I mean? So
when the cells came on, I was like,
you know what I mean? So let's be fair, he can only work with what he's got.
Sometimes, though, Nick, the best form of defence is attack. And taking one of your most dangerous players off with 10, 15 minutes to go and bringing on a defender shows Southampton what you were going to do. And
who comes on, though, Jamie? Because like I said earlier on, I don't think they're fit, and they were knackered by 45 minutes. Who realistically, in that position, comes on that keeps the attack going?
There's no one.
Well, exactly. There's no one.
Like Mark Hinton said, it's wrong to go defensive so early just to invite pressure, which it was. 3-1 up with 10, 15 minutes to go was the wrong decision. Like I just said to Nick, attacking is the best form of defence. And if we'd kept going, if we'd had 10 minutes of what we did in that first half, in that second half, that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened.
It's not even that, though. It's about having the ball in their half. Like, even if you just kick the ball up from their crossing, and Mavididi or Daka or whoever was on the pitch at the time could hold the ball up in their area, they're not going to get a chance on goal. So, and I'm not saying that in the moment when things did happen, when he brought on all the defenders, I wasn't saying it wasn't a problem. But by the end of the game, when you lose 4-3, you think, Christ, at 3-all, you're like, you've got no option to even go and attack now. Like, it's like a 2 ways. The moment you concede to go to 3-all, you're like, we shouldn't have done it. But before that, you're like, oh, just try and defend out a 3-1 and then a 3-2.
I mean, it's like here, the comment from LCFC, great. We can't even beat Southampton's youth team yesterday. And you know something, that I was listening to the commentary yesterday in the first half, And that was the first time in Southampton's 130-odd year history they'd actually been 3-0 down and won a game. In about 130-odd years. That was the first time ever they'd done that, ever. It just shows how bad we are. And like I said at the start, it's more to do with King Power. Admittedly, I'm not completely au fait with the King Power in or out. I'm not really one or the other. But 3 weeks, it's 22 days now, 3 weeks before we haven't even any strong rumours of a manager. I don't know what we're waiting for.
This is worse than under Rodgers when we sacked him and took 2 games out without a manager in charge. This is worse.
Again, though, with that,
we're in a position where now we could be getting relegated to League One.
But King Power waited too long for sacking Rodgers. Everybody in the stadium and on the commentators and all that lot could see where it was going, and King Power was so late in sacking Rodgers. If they'd have done it earlier and we got in Dean Smith, he probably would have kept us up that season. That's the scary thing.
Extra games, yeah.
He would have.
Well, his points ratio for his 8 games he was in charge. If he'd been in charge for them 2 games, we'd have stayed up.
Yeah,
that's what it actually was. But what I want to talk about is, I didn't really want to talk about it, but it's a huge thing. Most people must have seen this by now. I'd have thought. It's on February the 28th. It's with the King. It actually says, if you can't see that, with the King Powers as owners, Leicester City supporters experienced some of the greatest moments in their history, and we're grateful. The gratitude will always remain. However, the years of sustained decline on and off the pitch, accumulating in recent points deduction as a result of multiple PSR breaches, it's now unattainable that the club's current ownership model and leadership are no longer for purpose. For Leicester City rebuild stability, restore standards, and reconnect with its supporters, new ownership is required now. I totally understand that. Yes, I think King Power have taken us as far as they can go. But changing it now, nothing will happen now. 6 to 12 months down the line, yes. When everything's in, I can see Nick waiting to jump in on this. I can see things changing, yes, but it's on the pitch that things need to change, and that's where we get it sorted. And also this morning, which I think is absolutely so bad, that the talk on social media is they're going to put, I don't know why, it's a Cambodian flag over the top of Vichai before the game to say this shouldn't be here no more. What the fuck is that all about? Why are people deciding to do that? What's that got to do with now? That's what I mean. It's going to cause so much chaos. I can see against, is it Norwich on the 28th?
Yes, it is. It's Norwich.
I can see there's been so much trouble there. It's going to be untrue. Yes, I totally agree. Things should change. Things have to change, yes. But to have a protest to get the board out now, are they going to leave on Monday are they going to leave on March the 1st, March the 2nd, whenever it is? They're going to all pack up and go. Who's going to want to buy our club? But some of the things they're wanting to do is absolutely disgraceful. If they do that over Vichai's monument, that is absolutely disgusting. If anyone does that, that makes our fan base even more toxic. And I'm glad that was one of the games I was going to come back for, the Norwich game. I'm glad I'm not going back because I think I would have never seen the game. I'd have been in deep shit.
Who's actually kind of initiated this decision?
That is on LinkedIn. That is on LinkedIn on one of the Foxes Trusts pages on LinkedIn.
What I find fascinating.
I'm not saying it is Foxes Trust, but it's on one of their threads.
What I find fascinating on it is the fact that the Cambodian.
Sorry, Nick. The new Foxes Trust.
Oh, do me a favour. At the end of the day, mate, all these bloody Union FS, New Foxes Trust, right? They're all as bad as one another. I mean, to put a Cambodian flag over Vichai, the irony is, if Vichai was still around, we wouldn't be in this mess in the first freaking place. When Vichai was at the helm, we were going by doing the right things. We were a well-run club. Even so, clubs like Brighton, for example, copied our model because that's how well-run we were. So you don't blame Vichai. Vichai wasn't the problem. And I don't agree with that anyway. There's ways around it. The last protest march we did, it wasn't impactful anyway, because all they did was walk down the same streets that the rest of the fans walked down to go to the game.
Yeah.
To make the numbers look high. If you're going to do something, right, do what Sheffield Wednesday did to us, first game of the season, where you come in 20 minutes later when the game's kicked off. You know, stuff like that. You don't need to bring race in and all this crap. It's not called for.
I mean, Reader, you know, I've been agreeing with you. This comment from Andy Meadow, Seagraves looks like an absolute waste of money. And I've said this since day one. There's videos out there on Leicester Fan TV. When it first happened, I said, what a waste of money this is. It's a huge white elephant. That £100 million they could have spent on a lot better at Beaver Drive. I know they couldn't really do a lot of Beaver Drive, but there would have been a far more better. And I've been saying this from day one. And now a lot of people are beginning to agree that Seagrave is a bit of a white elephant. It's a fucking luxury spa they go to. That's why the Royal Namby
it's a luxury hospital, mate.
I've been saying it for years.
Jamel Lascelles is out for 2 weeks now. He's got a knock.
Beaver Drive kept the players grounded because they had to drive through a council estate, people on the breadline, struggling to pay the gas bills, lecky bills, whatever, and they're all in their flash cars. That kept them grounded. Now they're in glorified centre parks where they've got every lap of luxury you could possibly imagine.
I'd love to know where I first said it, but I know I said it within the first couple of months of Seagrave's opening. I have to scroll back through the videos and try and find it, but I said that from day one.
Just ask yourselves this: what football training ground needs a golf course?
Yeah.
What football team is going to have that sort of facility when you're in League One?
Yeah. That's really going to attract people back, isn't it? Honestly, I agree with you, Reader. I totally agree with you. The facilities would be the best in League One for a stadium that's got 32,500 and it'll only be about 20,000 full in League One. Oh no, sorry, it might be busier. Because if we start, if it's a big if we start winning,
No, it won't.
When was the last time we won? Cheltenham away, wasn't it? Was it in the cup? Cheltenham away.
Yeah, it was.
When was the last time we won a league game? West Brom with a last minute lucky winner from Fatwa. Well, it wasn't lucky, cracking goal. But the whole club's gone tits up, hasn't it? It's just gone bonkers, isn't it? It's just going bad to worse. I
mean, as I say, I am, as you know, Jamie, and you too, Reader, you both know, I'm King Power out. But, as I say, I think what they've done for the club and the community in general, in the time they've been, we've been under their leadership, has been fantastic. Donating money to the children's hospitals, etc. But anybody that can back King Power now, when they've bought in silly money superstars like Yuri Tielemans, Soyuncu, Ayoze Perez, Sumari, and all allowing them to go for nothing, and then getting a points deduction because of it, and paying silly wages for a club, let's be fair, of our size, shouldn't be paying, let alone in the Championship. It's a mess. And I think it's clear as anything that Top has not got a clue, and he surrounded himself by yes men who are just as bad as he is, who haven't got a clue.
So Matthew, just one thing, Matthew. Was that really Rudkin, or was that just his doppelganger?
It was.
Was it John Rudkin, really?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I saw it. No, I think he was in one of the hospitality box area things. Where
I only saw the back of his head. It looked a little bit like Phil from the back, to be fair.
I thought it was Phil to start off with.
I think it is him. And I think I looked at the messages below when someone commented on it, and they said, "Oh, it's just his doppelganger?" And I said, "No." Matthew Bond said, "Yeah, it's him. It's him."
Matthew, where were you sitting, Mr. Bond? Where were you, Mr. Bond? Matthew, where were you sitting yesterday? You said it when they released the drone. Was that when it was? But I know it was a long time ago. But
all I'd say, if I was Matthew Bond that time, I would have just looked at him, slapped his head, and gone, "Silly boy."
Yeah, then he got chucked. Then he would have got chucked out.
And banned silly boy.
Well, get a lifetime ban from watching Leicester. Wouldn't be a bad idea at the minute, would it?
I'll just whisper expletives in his ear hole and say, "Get out, get out, get out." bleep,
Can you
bleep,
imagine
bleep,
standing
get
there,
out, get out, bleep,
standing
bleep,
there
bleep.
going, Rudkin out, Rudkin out, Rudkin out, right behind him so he could hear it.
Get a permanent white marker, just write Rudkin is a such and such on his top.
Elliot said, what's the most concerning? It was we spent 110% of revenue on players' wages, and now we're on 50%, while the rest of the league are only on 20 of the revenue on wages. It's a lot of money to spend on wages, isn't it, lads? It really is.
Like I said, though, the silly thing is, right, one thing that would have helped us with this PSR was expanding the stadium, because we would have generated more in match day revenue. We would have, and the arena and the hotels and all that lot, that would have all gone to the club and helped with PSR. They put a stop to it. So, you know, it's all from their inept capabilities of running the club. They can't do it. They couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Let's be fair, Jamie. They couldn't. If Fisheye was still around, though, we would not be in this position. I guarantee that.
If you look at it, if you look at it, we've still got no CEO.
Right.
We've still got no technical director. That's
Right.
4 months on since they got. We've got an interim CEO, but he's playing polo all the time. We've still got no sign of a manager. 5 defeats in a row. It's just, it's unbelievable how, like you say, inept the club really is. It's just gone from bad to worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
From where we were 10 years ago to where we are now in how the club was run, not the football side of it, just how the club was run. Like you said, we were the club that got looked up to.
Do you know what I'll say? And this is only for people who probably aren't as negative as what we are trying to say on here. I will say that I think the one positive that we've got coming into the rest of the season and hopefully staying up is the likes of Mukasa, who I think are the last 2 games has looked quality compared to what we have. A few other players like Luca, apparently he played well yesterday again. He played well again at centre back when we played Charlton, was it, when he came on, when we got red card. Again, we've got youth players that I think, as much as we've not seen them, we need to use them more, because I think there's every chance we do stay up. Yes, it didn't help yesterday because Blackburn was playing. I know I saw Nick's message yesterday saying that it was always going to happen, because no matter what the result was, if they didn't lose, then they were going to be above us. So it's unfortunate, but I think that means did they have an extra game in hand, or
no? They'll level with us because they.
Well, it's Portsmouth. It's Portsmouth at 2 points above us that have got 2 games in hand.
Oh, okay.
But like Tony says, we've still got to go Portsmouth, and then we've got to go Blackburn. Last day of the season, lads, on May the 2nd. 2 ex-Premiership winning teams fighting to stay. One of them 2 teams will go down on May the 2nd, which was 10 years to the day that we actually won the Premier League.
It's got the stench of Stoke City away written all over it, Jamie.
Do you think they won? Do you think they won yesterday at Blackburn because they got a new manager in and the manager bounced?
Possibly.
A new manager. He's on a bloody job share. He's on a job share with Northern Ireland. He can do 2 jobs. We can't even get one that can do fuck all. We can't get one at all. Andy King, as much as I love Andy King as a legend, he is not ready for a full-time manager job. Yes.
He doesn't want it though, Jamie. That's the thing. He's already come out and said he doesn't want the manager gig. He's quite happy doing his legendary
status. He's not ready for it. We needed to get someone in, like I said before, and I said this on the video you can see it on TikTok, that I said that Forest and Spurs sat their manager on the same day on the Wednesday, and I said they would get a manager before we would even be thinking about a manager.
Do you know what?
Don't say Ginger Mourinho, please.
No,
I would love Sean Dyche. Right, we're going to start an argument now. We're going to start an argument. I want to know in the comments what people think about who manages, who's available, and who should come in. I, for one, would love Sean Dyche. He's the same kind of
I've got to go, though, guys. I've got to shoot, but I'm going to throw one name into the hat. That's thanks to Radio Leicester Sport on Thursday, because the old goalkeeper coach was there. I'm going to throw one name into the hat. Okay.
I know what you're going to say.
Get Big Nige back.
I'd love it.
I would have Big Nige back in that, kick him up the arse and start us back and reset us. He's done it before. He'll do it again. He wants to do it. He's back. He's fit. He's healthy. He had a neurological disorder, bless him, and he had to learn to walk again. But he's back on training and stuff like that. Get Kingy together, get the old goalkeeping coach together, part of his team, and get us back to where we should be and go back to basics. He'd sort it.
Yeah,
100%.
I think, to be honest, I think Dyche would sort it as well. But
No, he wouldn't.
I'm just not a fan of him.
He wouldn't.
People
Wouldn't get behind him because same reason they didn't get behind Cooper, because he's ex-Forest. It'd be the same problem. The irony is Cooper would have kept us up, but those Wallies and the fan base, oh, he's ex-Forest, he's crap, we don't want him.
Yeah.
Didn't get behind him. Look what happened. The same thing would happen if we brought Dyche in.
No, I wasn't actually looking at you. I was thinking of someone else, and you know who I'm thinking of straight away. Nigel, Stephen, that's wrong. He's not in a wheelchair.
He's not.
He's not in a wheelchair.
Hey, even if he was, as much as I would prefer other managers to him, even if he's in a wheelchair, he'd probably still do more in a wheelchair.
You listen to the Thursday night interview on Radio Leicester with Mike Stow. He was at Plymouth doing some kind of coaching course, was it, Nick? I think it was.
Yeah.
And he said he was fit and ready, and he would, if Leicester gave him the call, he would come back.
He'd jump at the chance.
He'll jump at the chance. So that one, he's in a wheelchair. He's not in a wheelchair. Right. He's back. He's not. I don't think he might not be 100%, but I'd rather have a 90% Pearson than whoever.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone keeps saying he's ill. He's not ill.
Not anymore.
He's not.
He's fit and raring to go.
You listen to the interview on Radio Leicester with Mike Stow on Thursday. That's not me making it up or Nick making it up. It was on Radio Leicester. Unless Mike Stow was lying, which I very much doubt he would do.
Unless Stowley's put some LSD and he's seeing things, and he didn't meet Nigel Pearson down in Plymouth doing a coaching thing, he's fit and raring to go. I'm going to have to shoot though, boys.
Yes. See you later.
Right.
Cheers,
Thank
Nick.
you for having me on.
You're welcome. We'll see you again soon. Forest panic because West Ham have started doing well. Forest only lost one game out of 6. Yes, admittedly they got draws.
You were saying about Forest, saying about they're signing their new manager within 14 hours?
12 hours. Victor Pereira. That's a plan. So they had a plan.
No, it wasn't a plan for me. Like, all I'd say is their owner is just as bad as us.
You don't name a new manager without having a plan. You don't sack a manager without having a plan.
Well, yes.
You do not sack him.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is, have you seen their owner? They've had 4 managers this year. He's shit himself. Gone. How the hell have we lost to Wolves? You're gone. And who we pick? Oh, we'll pick you.
Yeah, but look at the influence.
They've not looked at anyone. They've just gone. Just pick a random person.
Look at the impact Victor Pereira had on Wolves last year.
No, I understand that.
He kept them up.
Yeah, and then look what he did this start of the season for Wolves now. I'm just saying, for me, the Forest appointment was just a They didn't look who was the best job for it.
Yeah, but we've had 3 weeks to go, who's the better appointment? They've gone, who's the better appointment on paper? We'll have him.
They didn't even. No, it's not about who's the better appointment. They've gone.
I would much rather get a manager in. 3 weeks. We've lost 3 league games. We've lost 9 points. We've lost 9 points from them 3 league games. And I'd much rather get a manager in that can get a settled structure, even if it's Joe Bloggs from the Dog and Gun, set a structure up and get the players playing. They don't know what's going to happen. You've got an interim manager that's only here until we get a new manager. Like I said, as much as I do
agree, we do need to get someone in because King's not up to the job. In the fact of,
I know. We need to get a new manager in. 3 weeks ago.
I wouldn't have minded Andy King as the manager, but because of what's happened in the last few games, you need someone who can just structure the team out.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, they're in the Premier League and we're not, but we could be in League One and not in the Championship when Forest come down and they're in the Championship, and it's when we were the best.
It's even worse. Us not having a manager going into League One or them having a chance of staying up in the Premier League. Like I said, we took the risk and went for Ruud van Nistelrooy. It didn't work. For me, like I saw a picture of their Forest's owner with Victor Pereira, like in 2008, when he was managing some other team for him. For me, that appointment's just like a null and void where he's just gone, yeah, we'll go for him. Like they've not really thought about it. They've just gone, I don't want Dyche anymore. We'll go for this guy. For us, we're like, I don't think we're even looking for a new manager because I don't think, if my own opinion, I don't think we can afford a new manager to come in.
There's one thing for sure. We would have our defensive problems would have been sorted with Sean Dyche or the old-fashioned manager in Sean Dyche or an ilk of Nigel Pearson of a defensive style manager. Then would have shut up shop and we would have been able to. We just can't play the defensive football with all this tippy-tappy fucking football that Reedy absolutely loves and I absolutely hate. Don't start shaking your head at tippy-tappy football because that's what's ruined us. That is what actually ruined us.
We're not doing it as much at the moment, but yes. But I don't think we are doing it as much. I think we are.
No, we're not doing it as much. Against Southampton in that first half, we weren't. We were fantastic, free-flowing football, and then all of a sudden it stopped. But yeah, it's I won't go for Roy Keane. That's a bit too much of a.
I still think there's positivity in the fact of I still think we've got enough to stay up, and I'm not just saying that because I don't know. I don't want to be all negative. I think there's every chance we can get back out of this, but we need to start getting points. And unfortunately,
you're in trouble tomorrow at work, Reader.
We are still trying to play top. No, we're not. Not really.
Chris says Wilkins pulls the strings. He won't get anyone who threatens his tenure in charge, which is true, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rudkin has still got that thing about him.
Well,
here we go. Reed
when the word
might not be the best way to play.
Well, it's not about the best way to play. Like the thing is, when people call it tippy-tappy football, people just say as passing a tiny bit is all of a sudden tippy-tappy football. Southampton first half on Tuesday, it wasn't tappy football. It was just us passing quicker. If we could pass quicker and get to the attacking third a lot quicker, we'll score more goals. I'm not but it's still tippy-tappy football in a sense. Like I say, under Enzo, yes, it was slower, but there was a reason for what we did. And unfortunately, we're doing stuff without thinking now. We're doing the passing football, which just doesn't work because there's no intent on what we need to do with it.
Yeah, like Colin said, passing in the right play areas is fine, not in our own box, which is true. We can't beat anybody. I mean, Reed, just before we go, we've got a week before our next game, and same in the comments. What would people like to see this week? I know what everyone's going to say. There's going to be two things in them comments. What would be your dream scenario before next week against? Who are we playing next week? I'd see. I've totally lost Stoke. Oh yeah. What would be your dream scenario before we play Stoke?
I would like to see a manager in. Don't think it'll happen. But other than that, I think going into the Stoke game with the team news, I want to see no Luke Thomas, no Jordan Ayew, no Noah Coley. I want to see someone else come in, even if it's a youngster. I want to see no Stolisic. And other than that, I think you've got a good base to start going into the game. And hopefully you just don't mess it up. Because, again, we did that against Southampton. We put the team out that I kind of nearly wanted it. And it nearly worked. But then, obviously, we absolutely failed. So, I don't know. I think that's my biggest thing going into that Stoke game. I actually want to go to the Stoke game away and feel like we've got a chance. And when you see Luke Thomas in the team, or Ayew, or Stolisic, you think, what's the point? You're just putting yourself into a position where you're probably going to lose again because you're making too many mistakes. So,
Andy Townsend, you've got absolutely no chance of seeing that. I have emailed the club about getting someone on to speak to the fans, and I've had response, but the response has been no.
The thing is, imagine what obviously Owen did and Rob Dorset did with Top. How much more people would be respecting and understanding Top if he came on with a channel, like a fan channel, not even us, any fan channel.
Yeah,
it would be a lot more respect respected if you do that and answer questions that people need to know about, because he can escape around all the questions that all the people like Owen and Rob can ask.
Nothing against the media. I think the interviews were great. The questions were great. The one that Leicester City did with Top was a little bit staged, I think. Nothing
That's what
against.
I mean. If you could get questions, I'm not saying that we can ask like why is Rookin still in the job. I'm saying what has happened in the last couple of years to make us be in this position now. That's not a hard question to ask. You know, I'm guessing you know what the issue is, but we just don't know actually in full fact what the actual issue is. Is it Rookin? Is it the wages that we've been giving players? We don't actually know the full story. It's just we're speculating at every single scenario that makes us think it is down to the one man that everyone wants to blame.
Yeah, Mark, Andy, I tried to, like I say, I tried to get him, but you just get no look. It's not like you used to 20, 30 years ago when you used to hang around with the players. I remember going uptown with the players quite a lot. I used to know a lot of the players back in the day. Now, you ain't got a chance. You ain't got a cat and hell's chance of meeting any of the players out because they're all got security guards around them. They're all like this, prima donnas, star actors, Oscar-winning. They're acting like Oscar-winning actors and stuff like that, which is absolutely wrong. There's no connection with the fans anymore. Absolutely no. Stephen Price says, yeah, the players to turn up for 90 minutes, not just 30 or 14s. Questions were direct, but asked respectfully, yes. No manager, the players pick their own. I think a few years ago, the players were picking the team, weren't they, really? I think JJ getting injured is another nail in the coffin. Yes, we need to get him back, but I don't think he's back till March time, is he? Beginning of March, I think he said. But yeah, it's a tough one. I've tried, lads. It's hard work. These shows every Sunday morning are getting harder and harder.
Wouldn't it be nice to come on to a Sunday morning show with a win? It
would be. Luke goes down to David Lloyd's gym every now and again. You know what more surprises me about?
Does he?
You know which one surprises me more about? Luke, the comment by Craig Pearson. Luke Thomas goes down to David Lloyd's gym every now and again. Craig Pearson is actually in the gym. Sorry, Craig.
No, I'm more shocked at the fact that Luke Thomas goes to the gym and he's still as weak as shit.
He's probably just going for a bit of sauna and that. Craig Hendry. Mr. Six Sitter. Your shirt's on the way. Hopefully you got the driveway done with Paul Wagstaff yesterday. Hope you got that finished. Rookin needs to be one to come on and answer. But the coward obviously knows he's made a cock up of things. Yes, Craig, I think is. We won't get anybody. I've tried. I've given it best. I've tried my hardest to get people on. I've sent, like I say, 5 or 6 emails before Christmas and after Christmas, one a week. And now they're not even answering me. They've stopped answering me now. They're just like ghosting me, like Reedy does at most Sunday mornings before he turns up about 29 minutes past 9. Although it was early today. Right then. Cheers for joining me. I know it's a much of the muchness the same. Me and Reedy keep talking about it and listening to us waffle on about shit about Leicester City. We haven't done much about the game. Craig Pearson says, where is it? Narber Gym. Seen him a few times in the steam room. Yeah, that's the only place you go, the steam room, isn't it? Yeah.
He should be getting beaten up by people to make sure he's tough enough.
LCFC grade for it. Yes, it does. It is very Groundhog Day. I agree with Andy Townsend. Says I agree with you there. Oops, where's it gone? I can't read that. I agree with you. It's not like years ago when you go down and the rebuild, even if it takes years. Yeah, it could, could be if we're still alive. Because the speculation that if we go to League One, we could be in the shit completely.
Do you know what? I'm shit at football. I wouldn't even try and play for Leicester City if I wanted to. But I'd be just now. I don't go to the gym. Don't do anything.
Thank you, Dave.
And I would still be stronger than Luke Thomas's.
Yeah, Dave, thank you much for that. I know you enjoy me and really waffling on and talking shit. I wish there's a few more coming on. It'd be more appreciated if everyone turns up. But yes, I think people are getting bored with it now, really, aren't they? Talking about the same thing week in, week out.
It doesn't help. Like I said yesterday, I didn't watch the game, but I saw the substitutions and you saw Winks and Thomas come on. And as much as I'm all right with Winks at the moment because he's actually looking like he's putting a bit of effort in, when you're subbing on Luke Thomas for a youngster, I'm like, what's the bloody point?
Yeah. Aggie, I wasn't actually asking for the owner to come on. I was asking from someone from the hierarchy or one of the players to come on to discuss. But I just got, not the owner. I know the owner would never come on. I know. Although I used to know Terry Shipman years and years ago, when that was way before your time. I knew Terry Shipman quite well. If he was about now, I'd be quids in. But yeah, it's one of them things. Football's changed. No one wants to be honest. It's too much of a business. But there we go. Reedy, much appreciated, pal. Wish if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window, pal. It's just one of them weeks, isn't it? Same old, same old. See you later, pal. Be good. There's Reedy in his Smurf outfit saying bye-bye. Yeah. Sorry, lads and lasses. There's not a lot else we can talk about, really. I mean, we're not divulging into the game that much. It's a bit of a non-event, the FA Cup is nowadays. It's not like it used to be, how I used to love the FA Cup. It's all gone a bit pear-shaped, FA Cup. One stand not there, prices and everything else. But there you go. Sod's Law. Cheers for watching. See you next week. Thanks a lot, lads and lasses.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents.
You've been watching the Famous Foxes Aftermath show live every Sunday morning on Leicester Fan TV. Much appreciated for all you getting up at 9:30. If you're watching in your pit, in the car, on the bus, on a plane, at the breakfast table, cheers all. Just a little bit of homework before you go. Please like and share on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever platform you're watching on. Much appreciated. There goes the final whistle. Ciao, ciao. Adios. Goodbye. See you next week. Come on, you foxes.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,